All right. So this is one of the concepts that we cover right at the beginning of the year. And that's why I told Alex yesterday I gave it to you guys, but I knew that people were going to struggle with it because it's one of the concepts that we haven't talked about in so long. But now we're about to talk about this. So this is a graph. You guys, every time you guys see a graph, you should think about the slope. Or you should think about, is it a function or not a function? Those are the two things that you should come up to your head whenever you guys see a table. Now, we have a word problem right here. It says, which table contains only corresponding x values and y values where the value of y, so y is means equal. So we're going to put equal to, what is 3 more? Plus 3. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space over here for me to put the other number, but I'm adding 3. And then what is quotient right here, guys? What does that mean? No. That means either adding, subtracting, dividing, or multiplying.
Why no division?
Division.
No.
That's dividing x divided by 2. So we're going to do x divided by 2 right there. So remember, this means division. Make sure you're writing this down on your paper for the people that are here. That way you guys remember, every time you guys see the word quotient, that means division. If you guys see the word product, that means multiplication. Now we have our equation right here, and we have this right here. So here's what we can do. We can check on 7. So when x is equals to 7, what is the y value? So what we're going to do, we're going to say y is equals to 7 over 2 plus 3. What is 7 over 2? 7 divided by 2 is?
7 divided by 2 is
3.5. What is 3.5 plus 3? 6.5. Which one has 7 is equals to 6.5?
8.
G. A is equals to 5. 7 is equals to 3.5 on here. And this one is something completely different. So the answer should be A, but let's check to see if it's true. Let's check for 10. So we will have y is equals to 10 divided by 2 plus 3. What is 10 divided by 2?
5.
5. What is 5 plus 3, guys? 8. Do we have 10 and 8? We sure do. Let's check 14. I'm running out of space, so I'm probably going to erase some of this stuff, okay? So the next one I'm going to do 14. So 14 divided by 2 is? 14 divided by 2 is 7. And 7 plus 3 is? 10. So boom, we know that it is correct because it doesn't matter which one you check, you still get the other answer. So this may seem like a lot. Who thinks this is too much? Nobody? Okay, so that means everybody's gonna be okay on the next question. Let's look at the next one. Question number 2, guys. Question number 2 is very similar to that. Now, on this one, it's asking us to find which statement is true about the slope of h and k, and what is the compared to the slope of p and k. How do we find the slope? So the keyword here is asking me for the slope. How do I find it? Rise of a run. What is another way of finding it? Anybody? Delta what? Correct. So you guys can do rise over run. That's one way of doing it. Most people like doing my way, which is delta y over delta x. Both of those things are the same thing. It really doesn't matter which one you use. I like using delta y over delta x all the time, but if you guys like using rise over run, that's fine too. Now, if we are gonna do rise over run, we have to look at the line. Is the line going up or down? Down. It's going down. Since it's going down, what type of a slope are we gonna have? Negative. So we're gonna put a negative right here and we're gonna start with that. Then get closer. So then we can count how much we rise, guys, on the first little triangle right here. So we rise 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we rise 5. Now let's count how much we run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Keep it on. So it's gonna be negative 5 over 7 for the first triangle, correct? Now we're gonna do the same thing for the second one. So let's count how much we rise on this other triangle right here. So we can count from here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, correct? How much we run? 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. It has to be where the point goes, not where the line crosses. Now your line is going down too, so it should be a negative 5 or 7. It really doesn't matter. One of the two, both of them are negative. So what do we know about the slope of the two triangles?
They both have -5.
They are what?
Negative.
The same. Which one says that they are the same?
B
or G, but B is not here, so the answer is G. Why is F not the right answer, guys?
Because F says
Less than. Why is H not the answer? It says greater than. And this one, it says that there's nothing that they can do, so that's completely out.
between.
All right, question number 3. Question number 3 is exactly like question number 1, guys. So we have a word problem right here that we have to write an equation from it.
Okay, I know for sure I got this.
It says the approximate volume in millimeters M for a volume of F fluid ounces is equal to 29.57 times the F value. So whatever you guys get for F, you're gonna multiply it times 29.57. So here's the deal. What about if I have an F of 0? If I multiply 0 times 29 point whatever, I wouldn't get what? 0. So which one has 0 and 0? None of them, right?
No.
But here's the deal. This one has 0 and 29. So that's going to be out of the picture, right? Because we should have 0 and 0. This one right here has 29 and 0. So that's going to be also out of the picture because we should have 0 and 0, correct? Now, what about if I multiply it times 1? What is 29 times 1? 29.57. So which one has 1 and 29.57?
J.
J is the only one. This one has the same numbers, but what's happening to the numbers? The numbers are backwards. So that's why F is not the answer. A lot of people in my A grade math classes have always chosen F. They do the work, and they just mess it up by looking at the letters.
But you put the, well, that is dividing. You put the multiply. Number one.
Not everybody knows that,
I didn't.
but you are right. If people look at the question and see the times, that means multiplying. And like you said, Secret, I'm glad that you said that, because this one would be like dividing 29.57 by 29.
Subtracting. That was subtracting. B is subtracting because it said, that's what's explaining. Well, I got it right.
All right, this one right here is also almost like the ones that we did before, but it looks messy, right? It looks like a lot of work, but it's actually not that much work. They just made it look too complicated, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. What do we know about the slopes of the triangles? They should be the what?
Rather, wait, no.
What did we knew? Both of them should be negative, and both of them should be what?
Positive.
Well, if they are negative, they cannot be positive.
They are negative.
They are negative already, but they are also something else. No, the same. We just learned that on question number 2. Question number 2 says no matter what two triangles you get, you're gonna get the same answer. So this triangles right here is gonna give me the same answer. So let's do rise over run. Which one do you guys want to do? The little one or the big one?
Little one.
Little one. I like the little one too, because it's a little less work. So let's count. How much do we rise on the little one? We count 1, 2, 3, 4. You were right. How much do we run? 3, correct. So that means that we should get -4 over 3 on this side, but also on the other side of this hot mess, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check it. Let me erase this right here. And we're gonna check each section. So let's start with F. Salud. 0 minus -7. 0 minus -7 is gonna give me equals to
10 over.
0 minus
Wait.
-7.
4.
No.
3.
Put it on the calculator, guys. 0. There's calculators, yellow calculators over there. You guys can use your decimals. You guys can use your phones, but I want you to put 0 minus -7. No. No. Close. You can put 2 negatives, put 2 little lines.
0.
It is 7. Why? Because 2 negatives in the middle. Remember that? You guys learned that in 6th grade. 2 numbers, 2 negatives in the middle make a positive. So that will be 0 plus 7, and it will give me 7 over something.
7 over 4.
What is, again, 2 negatives on the middle? That tells me to what? Add. So what is 4 plus 4?
8.
8. Now, is this the same as that?
No.
So that's not my answer.
Yes, I'm happy.
Now let's check on G. 0 minus 4 is? 0 minus 4 is?
4.
-4.
Wait. Oh.
And then again, 2 symbols on the middle make a positive. So -4 plus 7.
13.
-4 plus 7.
11. like negative 4 plus.
Okay, you owe me $4. You pay me with $7. I give you $3 back. Correct?
Correct.
You guys are not too good on this little adding and subtracting stuff. We're gonna get better.
I know
So that could be my answer. Let's put a question mark and move on to H. So again, two numbers on the middle makes a positive. So we have 0 plus 4 is 4. And then let's do again 4. And then it has two negatives on the middle. So that makes a plus. So what is 4 plus 7?
11.
So 4 over 11 is not my answer, right?
No,
So that's also out of the picture.
I got that one wrong.
Now let's do J though. Let me move this out of my way. So I have two negatives right here. So that was gonna make a positive. So what is, you owe me $4 and then you pay me with 7 is 3. Now, what is 0 minus 4? You have $0 and then you went and spent 4. Yes, negative 4. Now, is that my answer? No, so my answer should be
B, I mean D.
G. And you guys can always check on the other side. So it's 4 minus 4, 4 minus 8, negative. You asked me for $4 and then you came back and asked me for $8. So you asked me for a total of $12. And then you divide it by, again, on the bottom, we have two positives, two negatives. So it makes a positive. Negative 1 plus 10 is gonna give me 9. If I simplify this, it's gonna give me negative 4 over 3. So that's correct. That's why G is my answer. Because I checked the first fraction and then I checked the second fraction. This is a lot of work.
It is.
But here's the deal, guys. You guys can put this on your calculator on decimals and get to see which one says the truth, which one says equivalent to negative 4 over 3. But it's also way too much. So for these additions and subtractions, please use a calculator because I see that you guys are not too good with adding and subtracting negative numbers.
The next question is the same question.
The next question is not the same question, but the same thing. So again, which one do you guys want to do rise over run? The little one or the big one?
Big one.
You're crazy. Let's do it from the little one. It gives you the same answer?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. Correct. So it is going down. So it does gives you the same answer. But does it give us the same answer choices?
No.
No. So what is 3 minus 7, guys? You have $3. You went out and spent 7. How does your bank account looks like? Negative something, but not 2. Negative 4. Now again, negative 4, two negatives on the middle makes a positive. So what is negative 4 plus 7? 3. So that could be my answer, right? Let's put a question mark on it and then come back to it. What about this one right here? Again, two negative symbols on the middle make a positive. What is 3 plus 4? 7. And then again, two numbers and then two negatives in the middle make a positive. What is 7 plus 7? 14. Now, is that the same as that?
No.
No, so that's gonna be out. Why? Because we can simplify this into being 1/2, by the way. Again, negative 4, and it has minus negative 7. So these two negatives make a
Positive.
positive. What is negative 4 plus 7?
11.
Negative 4 plus 7. You asked me for $4. You came and paid me back with 7. How much do I give you back?
Oh, 3.
You have to think about money, I guess. Because with money, you guys are ready to say how much I give you back. $3, and then I take away 7. -4. So this right here, it's almost like it, but it's has the numbers flipped, so that's not going to be it. Now let's look at the last one. Again, we have 2 negatives in the middle, so that makes a positive. What is -4 plus 3? You owe me $4, you pay me with 3. So you still owe me $1. Now, $7. You asked me for $7, then you're coming back and ask me for another 7. How much do you owe me? You come and ask me for $7. You asked me for $7. Then the next day you come and ask me for another $7. 14, -$14. So that's not my answer. So my answer is F.
Oh, come on.
Again, what do we know about those 2 triangles? They are what? Negative. They are the same shape. What else? The same slope. They have the same slope. Which one says that they have the same slope, guys?
Hey.
A? Which one?
Oh, D. There's a dog.
It says equal. So D is the answer, not A, guys.
No, he's talking about number 5.
Oh. Let's move on to question number 7. Question number 7 is one that you guys are not too bad at it. You guys are kind of okay.
I'm not sure on these.
So you guys probably already forgot. So it says the Oscar buys lunch in the school cafeteria. The cost of 15 school lunches is $33.75. Now, first of all, if Oscar doesn't go to school, or if he doesn't buy lunch, how much is he gonna pay? For 0 lunches, he was gonna pay $0. So let's look at our graphs right here and see which one starts with 0, 0, 0, all of them, right? So that's not gonna help me out. Now I know that for 15 lunches, he pays that much money. So what we can do, divide 33.75 divided by 15 to see how much he pays for 1 lunch. Can you guys divide it? Put it on the calculator.
2.25.
2.25. So 1 should go with 2.25. So let's look at the graphs. Which one has 1 going with 2.25? What is 1 going with?
Oh, yeah, I got that right. 8.
That could be, what is 1 going on C though?
6.
More than 6, correct? So that's not it. What about with this one? More, less than 2, so that's not it. And what about right here, 1? Also less than, so that's not gonna be it. So yes, you guys were right. The answer is A. And that's how easy you guys can get these questions right. So remember, sometimes you have to divide, sometimes you have to multiply. It depends on what the question says.
Number 8.
Question number 8, same type of question as the one that we just did. It says the bottle contains 30 fluid ounces of orange juice and 18 fluid ounces of pineapple juice. So what are we gonna do?
Divide
30 divided by
18.
18.
20. Wait, no.
1.66. Now, I want you to also think about what can I divide to make this a fraction? What can I divide 30 by and 18?
You can
By
simplify it.
6? Okay, so what if we divide 30 by 6, what do we get?
5,
5. And if I divide 18 by 6, I get
3.
3. So that means that for every 5 ounces of orange, I should have 5 of pineapple, right? So 3 pineapple should be equals to 5 orange. That's not 50, guys, that's orange. So 5 orange should be equals to 3 pineapple. 3 is somewhere right here, right? 3 is somewhere right there, and right here. If I look at 3 right here, 3 is something between
Wrong.
8 and 5. Is 5 between 8 and 4, my bad. It could be, right? Maybe. Now, if I look at 3 right here, it's something less than 4. So is that gonna be my answer? No. If I look at 3 right here, 3 is something between 8 and 12. So that's nah. And if I look over here, 3 is something between, oh, exact. As
That's wrong.
4, so that's wrong. So our answer should be
G.
correct. So now remember, we can do it as a decimal, but the decimal will not help me that much, right? That was too hard to see, so that's why I changed it into a fraction. Now, question number 9 is the same way. Joseph ran 6 miles, a 6-mile race in 48 minutes.
8.
So you divide 48 divided by 6 and we get
Wait.
8.
No. 1.
48 divided by 6.
7.
No, it's not 7. 7 is 42. 8.
But do you write it up?
7 times 6 is 42.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8 times 6 is 8.
It is 8, guys. It's a whole number.
You said 7.
I said 8.
Yeah.
So that means that 8 miles or 8 minutes?
8 now.
What does the 8 represent? The 8 miles or the 8 minutes? Minutes. So that means that 1 mile take us 8 minutes. So let's look at what goes on the bottom though, the minutes, right? So we're gonna have to check for 8 minutes on the bottom and each one.
I would have had 7.
8 minutes right here, 8 minutes right there, 8 minutes right there, and 8 minutes right here. If I look over here, I can keep going and I know that 8 should be more than 10, so that's not gonna be my answer. Now, if I look over here, I know the A is more than 10, so that's not gonna be my answer. Now, what did I tell you about these lines extending up? Are they ever gonna be your answer? Never gonna be your answer. So that's always no. So the only one that we have left out is G. And if I go on A up and then go to the side, I can see the A goes with 1. Next question is exactly the same way. Which one is not gonna be my answer? Before we even do any work, which one is you guys not gonna choose? Please, nobody ever peek these answers. This will never be your answers on any test. Well, unless you guys get to algebra later on. But right now, 8th grade math, this will never be your answer.
7 point.
So it's 7 meters in 2 hours. We don't have to divide it. Why? Because we have 2 hours just here, 2 hours right there, and 2 hours right here. So we can find out which 2 hours is equal to 7 meters, but it's 7 meters going into the ground. So it's actually a negative 7. So 2 should go with negative 7. So now let's check over here. If I go right here, if I go straight up on 2 right here, then I go to the side. Could be wrong, could be right. We don't know. We just know that 7 is between 0 and negative 17.5, correct? So let's just put a question mark next to it because we don't know. Now on this one though, we go up and then we go to the side.
It's 40.
Is negative 7 between 0 and negative 10?
No.
Negative 7 is not between 0 and negative 10.
Wait, yes.
Yes, it is. Now let's move on to the next one.
No, that's all the way wrong.
This one is wrong. Why? Because negative 7 is not between 0 and negative 5. So that one is wrong right here. Now here's the deal. 2 is equals to negative 7. What would 3 be equals to?
It would be equal to negative 14.
Correct. So let's look at 3 and see if this one is going to
It's 8.
14.
No.
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 And let's look at this one. And is this one going to 14?
No.
No.
It's 8.
Hold on, let me erase this thing. It is a little bit more than 10. You guys can see that?
I think
It's really hard to see, but it's actually H.
Yes, I had that.
Why? Because if I do 4, it's going to be what? What is 14 plus 7?
21.
21. So look, if I look at 4, no, this is not it. If I look at 4 right here, that one looks like 27. Oh, man. None of them are right. Hold on. Maybe they are. 1 is equals to that. And then 2 is equals to something between that. 3 should be equals to negative 14.
It's 8.
No.
It can't be D.
I think D. Not J.
G?
No, it's H.
I think that's the, I don't know. I think it's H. I am pretty sure this H, but whenever we check it, it doesn't match up with the other numbers. But it's H. So circle H, guys, because that's the closest. Like if we look at 2, we know this right here should be negative 5, right? So it's a little bit more than negative 5, which is negative 7. This is a bad question, guys. 2 is really close to 17, so that's probably why. Okay, I see why. Because 2 is really close to 17. You guys see this?
Yes.
So that means negative 7 is not too close to 17.
Can't be G.
So that's why it's not G. But they mess it up because it should be going like that.
Tap the screen, somebody, one of y'all.
All right, let's go to the next question. Same type of question. It says a water hose discharges water at a rate of 45 gallons per minute. So how many gallons
45 guys.
and how many minutes? So 1 minute is equals to
45 minutes.
45 gallons. So which one is not gonna be our answer right away? H is never our answer. Now, we always have one that's like completely not it. Now, we know that 1 is equals to 45. What is 2 equals to? 45 plus 45 is? 90. So let's look at 1. So 1 is right here. If I go up right here, it's gonna be 45. If I go up on 1 right here, it's gonna be 15. So that's wrong. If I go to 1 right here, that's way too much. So that's out, and we're left out with our answer. Is this getting a little easier as we go? Because this question, I can almost see it on the STAR test, and I can also see on that common assessment next week, guys. Now, this one doesn't tell us which one is what, but we should know that the X is gonna represent the number of shirts, and the Y is gonna represent the number of money that I pay for each shirt. So for 16 shirts, for $16, I get 6 shirts. So let's look at 6 over here on the bottom. 6, 6, and 6. This 6 right here goes with something between really close to 15. Could that be my answer? Maybe. What is this 6 going with? More than
50.
50. So that's out of the picture. What is this one going with?
50.
More than 50. This one is going with more than 50. So the only one that we have left is F. You could have divided 16
And you would have got 2.75.
by 15, and you get what?
2.75.
2.75. And if you guys look over here, 1 shirt is equals to something close to, yes. Pretty good. How you doing? Who? Aguilar. First name? Isaiah. He's with Mr. Ose. Mm-hmm. All right, question 13, guys. Question 13. Question 13 is the same thing, but on this one, we actually have to find it. So it says, what is the rate of change? What is the rate of change? The rate of change is the slope. So that means that we're gonna do rise over run. Let me pick a perfect point. 1 is a perfect point.
1 is 5. 2 is a perfect point.
There it goes. Now let's draw our little.
It should be 1 and 5.
It's not 1 and 5.
What?
What is it going by on this side, guys? Like what is half of 5? 2.5. So every jump is worth 2.5. So this jump is worth
2.5.
2.5. Now, what are we going on the bottom? What is each box is going on the bottom?
1.
By 1. So this jump is worth only 1. What is 2.5 divided by 1?
2.5.
2.5. So what's my answer?
2.5.
Which is?
D.
D as in dog.
Oh, that's good.
18 divided by 2 is 9.
Question 14 is exactly like the ones that we were doing before. What do we have to do?
Divide.
Divide. So 18 divided by 2 and we get
9.
9. What is the 9 representing? The inches or the years?
Inches.
Inches, guys. So 1 year should be equals to 9 inches. And 2 years should be equals to 18 inches. So let's look over here.
27.
I'm gonna look for 1. 1 is right here. 1 on this one is close to
G.
18. Could that be my answer?
No.
No.
We're not looking for 18, we're looking for 9.
Let's close it out. Which one is not your answer? I forgot about that one.
H. I mean,
H is never your answer. Well, not H, use the line like that.
or J.
So 1 right here is equals to
9.
9. That could be my answer, right?
Yeah.
But let's move on to the other one. 1 right here is equals to 36. So that's not going to be it. So my answer is
G.
G. Seems like you guys are actually getting this. Is it easier now? You guys remember this now? Question 15, guys. Question 15, same stuff.
15.
3 adults for every 45 kids. 3 adults for every 45 kids. Now here's the deal. It seems like on this one, we have the kids over here and we have the adults on the Y values, right?
Yes.
So let's do 45 divided by 3 to see how many. What is it?
15.
15? Wow. So that means that one adult should have 15
Kid.
kids. I'm putting it wrong. Hold on. It's 15 and then 1 adult. 15 kids is equals to 1 adult. 15 plus another 15 is
30.
30. 30 kids should have 2 adults. And then 45 kids should have 3 and so on, right? So let's look into this. 15 should be equals to 1. 2 should be equals to 30.
D could never be your answer.
And this one right here is never our answer. So let's look at 30 since we have 30 really close right here. So 30 right here is equals to less than 1. So that's not it. What is 30 on G? 6. So that's not it. So that must be H. So 30 right here is equals to
1 kid.
2 kids.
2 kids.
Let's look at question 16. Question 16 is exactly as those that we've been doing lately. So it says that 3 cakes is taking 5 hours, correct?
Yes.
So we're gonna say 5 hours is equals to 3 cakes. How many cakes would I do in 10 hours?
2.
6. So let's do this thing. We're gonna say 5 is equals to 3. So we get 5 on the bottom, 5 on the bottom, 5 and 5. So if I look over here at this 5, do I get 3?
Yeah.
Yes. What does this 5 goes right here with?
15.
15, so that's out of the picture. What is this 5 right here goes with?
24.
A little bit more than 24, so that's out of the picture. What is this 5 right here goes with?
9.
About 9, so that's out of the picture. So the answer should be A.
I ain't answered this.
Question 17, it's asking about what? The slope. So that means that we have to do rise over
Run.
run. How much do we rise according to these little boxes?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you were right. How much do we run? 1. What is 4 divided by 1?
4.
4. But here's the deal. What is your line doing? Going up or down? Going down. So it's a negative
4.
4, guys. So your answer for this should be
Negative 4.
MS equals to negative 4.
Mhm.
18. What is 18? What do you guys think 18 is asking for? Delta y over delta x. What do we call that? Slope, kids. It's the same thing as rise over run. It's just whenever we have a table, we have to do that. Now, since we have a table laying down, I always like doing my table standing up because that's a lot easier for me to see. So I know that 1.25 goes with what, guys? What does 1.25 goes with? 17.50. Now be really careful because a lot of people think that 1.25 goes with 3.75. That's where they make their mistakes. That's why I like to do my graph standing up instead of laying down. Now I know that 3.75 goes with 0.50. This one is going to be a little bit tough. You have $17.50. For Christmas, they give you some money. Whenever you count your money, now you have $52.50. How much did they give you?
And you add it, multiply and add it.
Adding. How much do you add?
$4.90.
If you have $17 and you add $4, does it give you? What is it? 35? Let's see. 17.50 plus 30. So it's 50 cents. And then it's 7. And that's 47.50. So it's not 30. It's 35. Let's check. So 5.
That'll be 12, 30 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
12. And I have 1. So it's 3, 4, 5, and it's 52.50. So it's $35, guys. Now, how much do I have to add to 125 to get to 3.75? 2 point what? 2.50. So what is 35 divided by 2.50?
5.
I don't think so.
See?
Put it on the calculator.
Which ones can you pass this 14? Yeah, I hate that in first.
14, so the answer is
B. I hate that.
B. Now, sometimes you guys are gonna get this type of questions, and what is messing you up is the decimals. So do what we were just doing, plugging in numbers that we think that we needed to add to get to that number. Question 19, guys, question 19.
More. My God.
What is question 19 about?
Rise and run.
Not rise over run.
No.
Delta y over
It.
delta x. Again, we have 67.50. To get to 75 is what? First of all, to get from 67 to 70, what do we have to add?
10 points. Wait, hold on.
3. And we have 50 cents still, right?
Yeah.
And then to get to 5, well, plus 5, so that will be 850.
12 plus 5.
So 67.50 plus 850. Let's see, 0, and I have 1. I mean 10, my bad, I have 1. 8 and 8 is 6, and I have 1, so it's 76. So that's not gonna work out.
7.5.
It's 7.50. But you see, if we didn't try that, then we wouldn't have known. So 7.50 is your delta Y. Now to go from 6 to 8 is 2. So that one is easy. What is 7.50 divided by 2?
3.75.
3.75, which is
F.
F. Question 20. Same type of questions as the ones that we did before that you guys were really good at. So 2 inches represents 60 miles. 2 inches is equals to 60 miles. So we already have something. So 2 equals to 60, right? Let's find out on our tables what 2 is equals to in each one. So the 2 inches are on the bottom, so I'm gonna circle them out. 2, 2, 2. Now on this 2, if I go up, that gets me about somewhere between 100 and that. So that's gonna be out of the picture, right? 2 inches right here is something between 50 and 75. So that could be it. 2 right here is gonna be more than, like close to 2.
No.
So that's not it. 2 right here is gonna be way too far, which is 175, which is not my answer, right? So the answer should be C.